Hi, Tim here with Clive Coffee. I'm going to show you how to replace the vacuum breaker on your LUCCA A53 Mini. Before you do anything with your boilers, you always need to make sure that your machine is powered off and your boilers are depressurized by opening up your steam wand and releasing all of the pressure in that steam boiler. The tools that you're going to need are a Phillips head screwdriver. You're going to want a long 19mm socket and wrench. You'll need your replacement vacuum breaker part. And it's helpful to have wire brush for cleaning and some plumber's tape. We're going to start by removing the top panel. There's the single screw. It lifts right out, and we can set that aside. Your vacuum breaker is found at the top of the steam boiler. It's easily recognized. It typically has a black or perhaps copper shield around the breaker itself. So this is the part we're replacing, and you'll see that cup on the inside. We're going to use our deep 19mm socket. We're going to get in there and break the seal. Loosen that up. So you'll remove the cup and the vacuum breaker itself. This is the piece that we're going to be replacing. But before we replace the part, you're going to use your metal brush and make sure that you clean out around the boiler so that you have a nice even flat surface that's completely clean, and you'll brush this out as well if there's any buildup that needs to be removed. You want nice flat surfaces so that when we put the new vacuum breaker back on, the seal is nice and tight. And now that your surfaces are completely cleaned, we can take our vacuum breaker with the plumber's tape wrapped up on the seal there. And this is going to sit back in place here. And I'll go ahead and tighten this by hand to get that threading going. And then we can tighten it down with our socket wrench. And once that's tightened down, you can go ahead and turn the machine back on and let that boiler heat back up. So your steam boiler, with the top off, you'll see that vacuum breaker will start to sputter once it gets close to that temperature that seals up. And then once the pressure inside is built up, the pin will pop up into place, the sputtering will stop, and your boiler will start to pressurize. You'll see the pressure gauge build into that green zone, 1.1 to 1.4. At that point, you'll just double check to make sure that there is a nice tight seal. If there's any leaking, you could go ahead and turn the machine off and tighten it back down with your socket wrench. That's how to replace the vacuum breaker on your LUCCA A53 Mini. For other videos on removing panels or using your A53, check out the links here. And for more tech tips, check out our knowledge base online at clivecoffee.com.